This video is intended to be viewed by adult toy collectors and may contain questionable content and language. Viewer discretion is recommended. I make these videos for your enjoyment as well as my own. Greetings, this is Quentin-Rom, and I'm going to look at a couple of knockoff robot jets. And Google searches identified this from Google AI. Seems to think this is a one-step changer bumblebee, but obviously not. This guy, AI identified him as Legacy Cyclonus for some reason. And this guy, here's a photo image, but he's missing one of these. And Google identified this as a Kmart knockoff. I find that unreliable. I'm just going to call them jet robots. And starting off with this guy, a little purple, which I have named Grape Jet. He's purple. Got some red details. A little black thing on the front with the windows. Not much to look at underneath. Easy to transform. Fold that in half. Fold that part in half. Twist the legs. Fold the feet. Pop the hands out. And he's got little fingers. Got a little gun thing on his arms. And for some strange reason, they painted the top of his head white. Looked like a bird's dropped some guano on his head. Same with this guy. A little banana jet. But they both stand up very nicely. Get him out of the way. They're a nice, soft, easy plastic. Little ball joints and pegs. And unlike most jets, these guys can lean into the wind without tipping over. And you can't do this with them. Let's see. Peg that in. Get the arms out. Kind of bend those around. And you get your little typical guy walk mode. And this guy, you got some nice orange, lots of little details. Got this metallic bluish green cockpit with the little paint on the sides. A little silver here. Mostly orange, a little bit of white. Supposedly, should have two of these, but I only have one because I found this at a free store. And he's fairly simple to transform. Just on peg here. It's got this big flopper thing on top for some reason. Got a little hinge there on his back. Fold the feet down. Adjust the arms. Got your typical cheap knockoff articulation. And you can peg in with these little pegs on the back going to the white parts. Get that in there. Nice solid connection. Stands up very nicely. Got nice ball joints for the shoulders. He's got nice molded hands. But he can't hold nothing but he's got little pegs on the arms, which he can hold his weapon. Got a nice face, kind of like his head sculpt. Got more of that little metallic bluish color. I'm thinking of painting these guys, giving them a little better paint. However, I did create a new part, which works. Stay tuned to the end of the video. I saw a little demonstration on how I created that little extra piece. Get the zoom back to normal. And then I'll show you real quick what that looks like in his jet mode. I'm thinking this part here was so you could hold on to it, make him dance. But maybe it has a little peg that holds this together. You can peg those in there just like that. And that pegs in nicely. Now he's got landing gear and little guns. Looks a little funky, but it works. And now for the little demo of how I created this little extra accessory. Okay, to make how I made extra copies of this little part. Took some sculpting clay. This is a nice soft pliable version. Made some clumps. Took the part that I wanted to make a copy of. And this stuff is nice, it doesn't stick. Well, stick it in there. Stick the other piece on top. And wait 24 hours for it to air harden. Then it pops apart. Got a nice detail of what's inside. And once it hardens, it's mostly hard, but it's still pliable enough to move, but hold its shape. Then I stick two little equal parts of some Millie Putt. Mix it all together. Slab it all down in there. And wait 24 hours for that to harden good and pop it out. And I got myself an identical little piece. And just do a little sanding and fine tuning. And I end up with a nearly identical part. All that needs now is after that has time to cure and fully harden, I can paint it and use it, and it stays forever. And that's the end of this video. And I want to thank everybody who's been subscribing and watching my videos. I greatly appreciate it. And just to add a note that Millie Putt and other craft items can be found at Hobby Lobby for a very cheap price. Thank you for staying all the way to the end of my video. And those who just skipped around, well, that's your choice. Just one last added note before I exit out. I will be probably repainting these things, giving a little better detail and paint jobs. And let me know down in the comments what colors I should paint the eyes and details and other parts. I'd appreciate any suggestions. And thank you for watching. This has been a Quentin-Rom video production. Be nice to your toys.